Hey, what's up guys, Bjorn here, and in this video we're gonna look at the last workout, ML 20.4. Woohoo! By the way, if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, please do so. Subscribe button is down in that link over there. Drop us a comment, tell us how you felt with these tips and did it help out for you. Really appreciate the comments and also the subscribes as well. Interesting, this looks like a very fun Chiefy styled Cindy. Now if you don't know what Cindy is, 20 minutes, 5, 10, 15 pull-ups, push-ups, and then also air squats. And then if you haven't done Chief before, Chief is a 5-round, 3-minute AMRAP. You got your squats, you got your push-ups, and then also you got a heavy power clean as well. Unfortunately, you don't have any power cleans in here, but you have a buy-in of a calorie row. Thanks! Anyway, so we've got a 25-19 calorie row buy-in, and then we back that up with 5 chest to bar pull-ups or ring rows, and then after you've got 7 reps of ring dips, deficit hand release push-ups and hand release push-ups, and then 10 squats. You hit that hard and then 1 minute of rest. Now, as a warm-up strategy, what I'd really recommend at the start is you get on the rower and get your groove on for about 2 minutes, yeah? So get a row on for about 2 minutes, then jump up onto the rig for some kipping swings. So jump up to the top, get some kip swings in there, keep it tight, warm up the shoulder girdle. If you're not doing any chest to bar movements, then get some scapular push-ups on as well. So you really want to drop the shoulders down, drop through and roll out for your scapular push-ups, just to activate your inner rhomboids, because they will be needed for your chest to bar if you're doing the hero workout. Push-ups and a pec stretch as well. So obviously push-ups and then also a pec stretch as well. Loosen up that chest, get the arm a little bit higher. So it's going to loosen up that chest. You will need that in your hand release push-ups and also in your hand release push-ups with a deficit as well, because you're going to be deep down underneath the plate. Make sure though you're getting the plates that are the old school bumpers. Usually the old school bumpers about the 80 mils. If you've got the newer plates in your gym, you probably want to make sure that you have extra and they measure up well, okay, so you stick to the standards. Okay, then get into some air squats, and if your air squats are a little bit untidy or they're a little bit stiff, get into a squat stretch and just chill out there for a minute, rolling the knees inside and out and try and get a little bit of looseness and a little bit of flexi inside through your Achilles, maybe even a rolling pin roll out of your Achilles and your calves as well, to give you that depth for those air squats, yeah? Here's the thing about this workout. Your rows don't count to your points, so you really gotta work hard and be efficient in your row, not kill yourself on the row, and then get to the meaty part where the points are, which is your 5, 7, and 10. Now, 25 and 19 calorie row. You want to be getting nice and consistent in your row, so this is your strategy for it. You need to test a couple of rounds of your rowing at your respective calories for your age division so that you can get the best out of that calorie row. You don't want to be hammering it out too hard. So test it out before you start the workout. Have a go at it. And you want to be roughly around the 75 to 85% of your race pace, pushing out probably between 1300 and about 900 calories per hour for the guys, and about 1100 and to about 800 calories per hour for girls, consistently for about a minute to about minute and a half for guys. For girls, maybe you'll be looking at about 110 to about 135 to get that done, so that you can have the most amount of time to do the meaty part near the 5, 7, 10. Now the thing is about this 5, 7, 10, it's only the heroes that get the chest to bars and the ring dips. Well, I think you should have given it to the warriors as well, because they should be able to hammer these out as well. Anyway, that put aside, you want to try and get that as close to, set all your gear as close as possible to the rig, alright? Set it up real close. You don't want to be working too far again, just like what I covered in the last video. You want to stay as close as you can to the rig so that you don't have to work too hard. Unless you're using it as a strategy to actually relax, breathe and recover, then yeah, why not? But You really don't have enough time in here. It's only 3 minutes for you to get that work done. So the minute you come off the rower, you're gonna jump straight up onto the chest to bar, and then you're gonna hit your reps, yeah? Set it up close. Once you finish these rounds here, you want to look at sitting down on your rower straight away and just chilling out and relaxing as much as you can. Your chest to bars, you're gonna come off the rower and you're gonna try and get up on there and pump out these 5 chest to bars, or maybe even a 3 and 2 strategy for your chest to bar. If you got the butterfly, use them until you are finished with your butterflies, and then keep the rest of it. Make sure you squeeze your shoulder blades together to get your kipping chest to bar. Same with the butterfly as well. If you don't have that retraction in your shoulder blades, you're not gonna get touching the chest, the chest to the bar at all. Here's another tip in here. If you're gonna have a box close by, do it, because that landing was going to take some energy out of your legs as well. If you can step up to it, you're going to save a little bit more so you can work a little bit harder for it as well. If you're going to jump up for 5 reps of that, that's 5 jumps that you're going to put into add extra to your workout as well. So have a box to step off. That's always a good way to get around it. Now, ring dips. Just because you have ring dips in the open doesn't mean you're not going to have it in the Masters. Well, here we have it in the Masters League. We've got ring dips. Now, ring dips is usually a regional workout in the open, but here we have it. So ring dips, what you want to make sure is you want to keep your elbows close and kip if you can. But if you feel strong in your and a little bit faster in your strict ring dips, yes, go for it. But if you can kip for those 7 reps, break it up possibly into a 4 and 3 or a 5 and 2, that would be really good. I'll have the 5 and 2 or 4 and 3. That always works out to be really well as well. 5 and 2 and a 4 and 3 as a nice number for you to work for your reps for your ring dips. And try to fold forward and lock out, yeah? So it's really hard for some folks to be flexible enough to be in this position for the ring dips, for the shoulders to touch the rings. So what you'll tend to normally do is to see if you can fold forward and then lock out, and that's going to get your shoulders towards your rings. Of course, that's going to work your pecs a hell of a lot harder than it will your arms. But hey, ring dips, everybody's pec starts to work very, for me anyway, it feels that my chest is going to explode when I'm doing ring dips. So have a go at that. Kind of looks like this when you do your fold forwards as opposed to your drop, okay? So from here, drop forward and then fold forward and then lock out. Obviously, set up the rings a little bit higher so that you can kip, otherwise you'll be doing some tricks like so and it can get pretty nasty. So set up the rings. If you're going to have the rings set up for your height, I would actually have it a little bit higher, rings up to my ribs so that I can jump up and I can have my legs fully extended at the bottom and still dangling off the floor. Okay, so that is your ring dips. Handstand release push-ups. There, another one here that's going to be quite interesting. If you are doing your deficit handstand release push-ups with your plates, then you want to make sure that you get some thoracic mobility going as well. I'll put down some links in the comments below for some videos for improving your thoracic mobility before this workout, because for some folks we're quite tight in the upper thoracic and we're already keeled forward. Come on, let's face it, we're masters. You know, many years of keeling forward, looking after kids and doing work, you know, upper shoulders could be quite tight as well. So you want to open up that thoracic region, move it up with your foam roller so that you can get your chest to the floor and also get that hand release going. So your hand release for your handstand release push-ups, make sure chest comes down to the floor. You don't want to be lifting that. That's going to make you work a little bit harder. Just drop your elbows down and then press again. Okay, so flat the elbows down and then back up again. You can also peel your palms off. It doesn't say that you have to have your palms fully coming off, but drop your elbows down, like flap your chicken wings, and then press out again, okay? Rather than trying to, a lot of times, folks tend to want to try and squeeze the shoulder blades. That's probably not a good strategy in this time round because you're in a deficit, and depending on your mobility of your shoulders, that's probably not going to work, okay? So flap the elbows down and then press out again. So that's my tip for your hand release push-ups. And then, of course, you know, you've got the same goes for your hand release push-ups on the plate, on the floor as well. Just flap your arms so that the judges can see that nice and clearly. And then after that, you've got squats. Air squats. Everybody should be good in your squats by now. Hey, here's a quick tip for it. Bounce off the bottom, back up to the top again. Knee sleeves, wear them. Heels or ollie lifters, wear them. They're always good to help you out with your squats. Now, this is a long workout here, guys, as well. So go back to that part about the rowing strategy. You need to be efficient in there. You don't want to be too slow pacing it because that's going to chew into your time for your actual workout. You don't want to be overly working too hard for this workout over here as well for the rowing, because otherwise you'll be too smashed to actually do the part that actually makes a lot of sense. And whatever times that you come off the bar or transition over to the next one, take 2 to 3 deep breaths in, but slowly. Try to slow your breathing down because the more you try to breathe a lot faster, it's going to jack your heart rate up, and then it's just going to get you overly aroused. You want to try to release and slowly reduce your heart rate by reducing your speed of your breathing. Okay, so that's my tip for you guys, and I hope that this will be a nice, fun, sweaty workout for you. It's 19 minutes long, 3 minutes times 5, really about 15 minutes of work, really. Anyway, last workout, guys. Really, really fun one. Excited to see everybody smash it. It's gonna be a great one. By the way, if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, please do so. Subscribe button is down in that link over there. Drop us a comment. Tell us how you felt with these tips and did it help out for you. Really appreciate the comments and also the subscribes as well. Also have a link in the comments down below as well to join our email list as well. So if you'd like to get in touch with some strength programs and some mobility tips, feel free to pop your email in the link below. Other than that, thanks very much for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the invitationals.